Ladies and gentlemen, success is not just about external achievements. It is a reflection of who you are at your core. It is the alignment of your mind, body, and spirit with the limitless power of the universe. The truth is, you were not placed on this earth to live in mediocrity, to struggle, or to feel disconnected from your purpose. You were born to create, to expand, to grow, and to contribute at the highest level. But success demands something from you. It is not given freely. It requires commitment, discipline, faith, and an unshakable belief in your divine potential. The first thing that success requires is absolute clarity of vision. Without clarity, you are like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly through life. You must see with every fiber of your being the life you are destined to live. You must visualize it so clearly that it feels real even before it manifests. This is not just about wishful thinking. This is about aligning your energy with what already exists in the spiritual realm. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, then in reality. When you decide with certainty what you want, the universe conspires to bring it to you. But if you are unclear, if you hesitate, if you allow doubt to creep in, you send mixed signals, and your reality reflects that uncertainty. The second requirement is unwavering faith. Not the kind of faith that wavers in the face of adversity, but the kind that stands firm no matter what happens. The journey to success is not linear. It is filled with obstacles, tests, and challenges designed to strengthen you. When you face a setback, when the world seems to be against you, that is when your faith is tested. Will you shrink back into fear, or will you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should? The universe is always working in your favor, but you must trust the process. You must believe, not just when things are easy, but especially when things are hard. Those who succeed are those who refuse to let doubt take root in their hearts. They know with absolute certainty that they are on the right path. The third thing success demands is discipline. You cannot just think your way to success. You must act consistently, daily, with focus and intention. The world is filled with distractions designed to pull you away from your mission. But true power lies in your ability to stay committed, to do what is necessary even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is waking up early when your body wants to sleep. It is showing up when no one is watching. It is pushing forward even when you feel exhausted. Success is not about occasional bursts of effort. It is about sustained action over time. The universe rewards those who are relentless, those who are willing to do what others will not. The fourth key is emotional mastery. Your emotions create your reality. Fear, doubt, anger, and frustration lower your vibration and block the flow of abundance into your life. But gratitude, love, joy, and certainty raise your frequency and attract everything you desire. Most people live at the mercy of their emotions, reacting to life instead of creating it. But the truly successful understand that they are the architects of their inner world. They do not let circumstances dictate their state. They decide their state, and from that powerful place, they shape their destiny. No matter what happens, they find the lesson, they shift their focus, and they maintain an unbreakable spirit. This is what separates those who rise from those who fall. Finally, success requires a spirit of contribution. True fulfillment does not come from what you get, it comes from what you give. The universe operates on the law of reciprocity. What you put out, you get back tenfold. If you approach success with a selfish mindset, only focused on what you can gain, you will always feel empty. But when you shift your focus to impact, to serving, to lifting others, everything changes. The most successful people in the world are those who dedicate themselves to something greater than themselves. They understand that their purpose is not just to accumulate wealth, but to use their gifts to inspire, uplift, and transform the lives of others. When you align with this truth, success ceases to be a struggle It becomes an inevitable byproduct of your purpose. The path to success is not easy, but it is worth it. It requires you to rise above fear, to stay disciplined, to master your emotions, to trust in the divine plan, and to give more than you take. It is not for the weak, the hesitant, or the uncertain. But if you are willing to step fully into your power, if you are willing to commit to the process with your whole heart and soul, then there are no limits to what you can achieve. The universe is waiting for you to step up. The question is, will you? Success begins with absolute clarity. If you don't know what you want, you will never get it. Too many people live their lives in a fog, unsure of what they are working toward. They say they want success, happiness, or financial freedom, but when you ask them to define it, they hesitate. The problem is, when you lack clarity, you lack direction. You end up drifting, reacting to life instead of shaping it. If you want to succeed, the first thing you must do is get clear on exactly what you want. Not some vague idea, crystal clear clarity. Imagine trying to hit a target you can't see. It's impossible. But the moment you define that target, the moment you can visualize it in detail, your brain starts working for you. Your mind is like a GPS. It can only take you somewhere if you enter a destination. Without a clear goal, you will always feel lost. But when you have absolute clarity, your brain begins filtering out distractions and honing in on the opportunities, people, and actions that align with your vision. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't stumble upon their success by accident. They knew exactly what they wanted. They didn't wake up one day and suddenly achieve greatness. They had a clear picture of where they were going, and they worked relentlessly to get there. They could describe their goals in detail. They could see their future before it happened. So ask yourself, what do you really want? Not just a general idea, but specifics. If it's financial freedom, what does that look like? How much money do you want to make? By when? What will you do with it? If it's health and fitness, how much do you want to weigh? What kind of shape do you want to be in? If it's impact, what kind of change do you want to create? Who do you want to help? Write it down. Define it. Be specific. Don't just say you want to be successful. Describe what success means to you in vivid detail. The clearer your vision, the stronger your motivation will be. Most people fail because they don't have a clear enough reason to push through obstacles. When things get tough, they quit because they never had a compelling vision pulling them forward in the first place. Another critical part of clarity is emotional connection. It's not enough to intellectually know what you want. You have to feel it. Your vision must excite you, energize you, and stir something deep inside you. If your goal doesn't light you up, it's not strong enough. The most successful people have a deep emotional connection to their vision. They see it, they feel it, they taste it before it becomes real. And because of that, they refuse to give up. Most people struggle with clarity because they are afraid to commit. They don't want to define a clear goal because they fear failure. They think, what if I set a goal and don't achieve it? What if I aim high and fall short? So they stay vague, thinking it's safer that way. But the truth is, vagueness is the real enemy. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you from taking action. The moment you commit to a clear vision, everything changes. You stop making excuses. You stop second-guessing yourself. You start moving with purpose. Opportunities that once seemed invisible start appearing everywhere. The people you need to meet, the resources you need, the ideas that will take you forward, they all start showing up. Not because they weren't there before, but because your brain is now actively searching for them. Clarity also eliminates overwhelm. A lot of people feel stuck because they don't know where to start. But when you have a clear goal, you can break it down into actionable steps. You can reverse engineer your success. Instead of feeling paralyzed by the size of your dreams, you start focusing on what you can do today. So take a moment and ask yourself, if success was guaranteed, what would you go after? If fear wasn't holding you back, what would you do? The first step to achieving anything great is deciding with absolute certainty what you want. Not what your parents want for you. Not what society expects from you. What you truly, deeply, passionately desire. Once you have that clarity, you become unstoppable. You wake up every day with purpose. You push through challenges because your vision is stronger than your excuses. And that's the first, most essential key to success. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It determines how you react to challenges, how you push through obstacles, and ultimately, whether you succeed or fail. Most people think success is about intelligence, resources, or luck. But the truth is, it all starts in the mind. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you believe you're capable of achieving great things, you will take the necessary actions to make them happen. If you doubt yourself, you will hesitate, procrastinate, and ultimately sabotage your own progress. The most successful people have an unshakable mindset. They don't let fear, doubt, or negativity control them. They condition their minds to see opportunities instead of obstacles. They train themselves to stay strong when things get tough. And that's what separates winners from everyone else. The ability to master their own thoughts. One of the biggest differences between those who succeed and those who fail is how they interpret failure. Most people see failure as a sign to stop. They take it personally. They let it define them. They say, I guess I wasn't meant for this, and they quit. But successful people see failure as feedback. They understand that every setback is a lesson, every mistake is an opportunity to grow. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? When you shift your mindset from seeing failure as a dead end to seeing it as a stepping stone, everything changes. You stop fearing failure, you stop hesitating, you start taking action with confidence because you know that even if you stumble, you'll learn, adapt, and come back stronger. This is the kind of mindset that creates unstoppable momentum. Another key part of an unshakable mindset is taking full responsibility for your life. People who struggle often blame external factors, the economy, their boss, their past, their circumstances. But the truth is, as long as you give power to outside forces, you remain stuck. The moment you take full ownership of your success and failures, you regain control. You stop waiting for someone else to change your life, and you start making it happen yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do to build mental strength is to control the way you talk to yourself. Your inner dialogue determines your confidence, your resilience, and your ability to take action. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or what if I fail, you will subconsciously hold yourself back. But if you train your mind to say, I am capable, I always find a way, and I will figure this out, you rewire your brain for success. One way to develop resilience is by shifting your perspective on adversity. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, see them as tests. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your mindset. When things get hard, remind yourself, this is making me stronger. This simple shift in thinking can transform how you approach difficulties. Instead of feeling defeated, you start seeing struggles as part of the process. The people who achieve the greatest success aren't the ones who never experience setbacks. They're the ones who refuse to let those setbacks stop them. They don't just have a positive attitude when things are going well. They maintain it even when everything seems to be falling apart. They have trained themselves to see the bigger picture, to trust that every challenge is temporary, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Building an unshakable mindset isn't something that happens overnight. It's a daily practice. Just like you train your body in the gym, you have to train your mind. You have to feed it with positive, empowering thoughts. You have to eliminate negativity, whether it's toxic people, limiting beliefs, or negative self-talk. You have to develop the habit of pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, because growth only happens when you challenge yourself. Most people let their emotions control them. They feel fear, doubt, or frustration, and they let those emotions dictate their actions. But successful people do the opposite. They control their emotions. They acknowledge their feelings, but they don't let those feelings stop them from taking action. They operate from a place of certainty, even when they don't have all the answers. They trust themselves, they trust the process, and they move forward with confidence. The truth is, success is never about luck. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for an easy path. It's about developing a mindset that allows you to take action even when things aren't perfect. It's about training yourself to see opportunities instead of excuses, lessons instead of failures, and possibilities instead of limitations. The stronger your mindset, the more unstoppable you become. When you build the habit of thinking like a winner, you start acting like a winner. And when you start acting like a winner, success becomes inevitable. Taking massive action is the single most important factor that separates successful people from those who remain stuck. You can have the clearest vision, the strongest mindset, and the best strategy, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, resources, or opportunities, but because they never take enough action to create momentum. They wait. They hesitate, they overthink, and in the end, they never get started, or they don't push hard enough to break through. Success isn't about having all the answers before you begin. It's about starting where you are and figuring things out as you go. Too many people spend their lives preparing, researching, and planning, but they never take the leap. They tell themselves they need more knowledge, more skills, or the perfect conditions before they start. But the truth is, action creates clarity. You don't get clarity first and then take action. You take action first, and then clarity comes. The most successful people in the world don't wait for the perfect moment. They make a decision and start moving. They understand that momentum is everything. Once you start, you begin to see opportunities you never noticed before. Once you take that first step, the next step becomes clearer. But none of that happens if you stay in your head, stuck in indecision. Taking massive action means doing more than what is comfortable. Most people take action only when they feel motivated. But motivation is unreliable and comes and goes. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will never build consistency. The key to success is to take action even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't feel motivated, and even when things aren't going your way. One of the biggest killers of action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong decision. But fear is just a feeling. It has no real power unless you give it power. The best way to overcome fear is through action. The moment you take action, fear starts to fade. The more you do something, the less scary it becomes. That's why successful people train themselves to take action despite fear. They don't wait to feel confident. They take action first, and confidence follows. Another mistake people make is mistaking busyness for action. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're making progress. Some people spend hours organizing, planning, and consuming information, but they never execute. They confuse motion with progress. Real action means doing the things that actually move you forward. Making the calls, putting in the reps, stepping into the unknown. It's about results, not just activity. One way to make sure you're taking the right kind of action is to focus on the 80/20 rule. This principle states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. Not all tasks are equal. Successful people identify the 20% of actions that create the most impact and double down on those. Instead of wasting time on low-impact activities, they focus on the big moves that actually push them closer to their goals. Massive action also requires persistence. Too many people take action once or twice and then give up when they don't see immediate results. Success is not about trying once. It's about showing up every single day, no matter what. It's about pushing through when you don't see progress, because real success comes from consistency over time. The people who make it are not always the most talented, but they are the ones who refuse to quit. Another critical part of taking action is speed. Successful people move fast. They don't overanalyze or get stuck in perfectionism. They launch before they feel ready. They understand that done is better than perfect, because perfectionism is just another form of procrastination. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to start. The faster you move, the more you learn, and the quicker you can make adjustments. Action also builds confidence. Many people think they need confidence before they take action, but it's actually the opposite. Confidence comes from doing. The more you take action, the more capable you feel. Every time you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you can handle it. Over time, this builds unstoppable self-belief. Success is a numbers game. The more action you take, the more chances you give yourself to succeed. Not every action will lead to immediate results, but every action moves you forward. The people who take the most action create the most opportunities. They increase their chances of success simply by showing up more often than everyone else. The bottom line is, success is not reserved for the smartest or the luckiest. It belongs to those who take the most action. If you want to win, you have to move. You have to commit. You have to do more than what feels comfortable. Because the people who take massive action consistently and relentlessly are the ones who create the life they want. You said failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. Every person who has ever achieved anything significant has failed, often multiple times. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to failure. Most people fear failure so much that they avoid taking risks altogether. They see failure as proof that they are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But the truth is, failure is simply feedback. It is a lesson, a test, and an opportunity to grow. People who succeed at the highest level understand that failure is inevitable. They expect it. They know that setbacks are not signs to quit, but signs to adjust, learn, and improve. When something doesn't go as planned, they don't waste time complaining or feeling sorry for themselves. They ask, what can I learn from this? And then they use that lesson to get better. Every failure brings valuable insights that can lead to success if you are willing to see it that way. The problem is that most people take failure personally. They attach it to their identity. Instead of thinking, I failed at this task, they think, I am a failure. And once they believe that, they stop trying. They become afraid to put themselves out there again because they don't want to feel the pain of failing. But failure is never a reflection of your worth. It is simply a reflection of your current approach. If something doesn't work, it doesn't mean you are incapable. It just means you need a different strategy. Think about a baby learning to walk. They try to take a step, they fall, and they try again. They don't sit there and think, maybe walking isn't for me. They keep going because failure is just part of the learning process. As adults, we forget this. We let one setback make us doubt our potential. But the reality is, If you keep trying, you will eventually succeed. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. One of the most important skills you can develop is resilience. The ability to keep going despite setbacks. Life will test you. Things will go wrong. You will have moments when you feel like giving up. But resilience is what separates those who make it from those who don't. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. It's about pushing forward when everything in you wants to quit. A lot of people look at successful individuals and think they had an easy path, but they don't see the failures behind the scenes. They don't see the businesses that collapsed before the breakthrough, the auditions that were rejected before the big role, the ideas that flopped before the billion-dollar company was built. Every successful person has faced failure, but they didn't let it define them. They use it as fuel to keep going. Failure also has a way of revealing who's truly committed. Many people say they want success, but the moment they encounter difficulty, they give up. That's because they weren't truly committed in the first place. When you are fully committed to your goal, failure doesn't make you quit, it makes you more determined. It makes you analyze, adjust, and attack the challenge again with even greater intensity. One of the best ways to overcome the fear of failure is to change how you define success. Most people think success means never making mistakes. But real success is progress, growth, and resilience. If you are learning, if you are improving, if you are taking action despite fear, that is success. The more you embrace failure as part of the journey, the less power it has over you. It's also important to surround yourself with the right influences. If you are around people who fear failure, they will discourage you from taking risks. But if you are around people who embrace challenges, they will inspire you to keep pushing forward. Find mentors, read books, listen to stories of people who have failed and come back stronger. Let their experiences remind you that setbacks are temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Taking risks and embracing failure is also what allows you to grow. If you only do what is safe and comfortable, you will never reach your full potential. Growth happens when you stretch beyond your current limits. When you take on challenges that force you to develop new skills, new ways of thinking, and new levels of discipline. Failure is just a sign that you are growing. It means you are pushing yourself beyond what you've done before. One of the greatest powers of failure is that it builds mental toughness. Every time you face a setback and keep going, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. You develop a mindset that says, no matter what happens, I will find a way. And when you have that level of certainty, success becomes inevitable. At the end of the day, failure is a teacher. It is guiding you, shaping you, and preparing you for the next level. The only question is, will you learn from it or will you let it stop you? Because the people who achieve the greatest success are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to give up no matter how many times they fall.